All right, the recording is officially started. Again, happy Monday. Welcome to VP University, everyone. We want to go ahead and get started right on time. Leaders, make sure you sent those last invites to your chats and your groups. We want to make sure nobody gets left out on this one because this is the last training of this volume month. We want to make sure everybody's set up for success. All right, let me see. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, make sure you have something in front of you to take notes with. And man, it is absolutely game time. So again, welcome, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. And for those that celebrated Easter as well, hope you had a great Easter Sunday as well. Awesome. Well, looks like we're also in the Millionaire Mindset group as well. I love it. So, all right. Okay, cool. So I want to kick this off. My name is Billy Scott. I'm actually one of the vice presidents with FES and, just part of the support team, for everybody, whether you're in my organization, we bring this together on a weekly basis. The first thing I want you to know is that this is where you want to schedule in your planner to come, set alerts, whatever you need to do to not miss these Monday trainings. This is everything. And each time you grow, you're going to learn something more. You're going to hear from somebody different, but more importantly, you want to bring back your team members so they can plug in and learn the same information. It's not just what you know, it's what your team knows as well. So we want to make sure you get the information you need in order for you to grow to the next level on a weekly basis. So save this. It's the same time, same link every Monday, unless there's like last Monday, corporate had our quarterly update call. So that was a different scenario, but typically we're here every Monday otherwise. There's a couple of announcements before we kick this off. The first announcement is, not necessarily, this is an announcement, but just so you're aware, this is the last week of this volume month, okay? So the way that, again, our volume months work is on the 4-4-5 calendar, and basically, it's important to learn the system because what happens is you end up, let's see if we could do this, All right, what ends up happening is once you get the rhythm of our 4-4-5 calendar, then you know the rhythm of building your business, you know the rhythm of getting paid, you know your expectations, and you can set things up properly, okay? So what happens is when you log in to the 4-4-5 calendar, I'm gonna share my screen for you all right now. All right, so when you log in on your FES website, okay, all that login info is in your email from when you first signed up. So you'll log into your FES website. As soon as you log in, you're going to see your dashboard. And I'm not going to go over the whole dashboard, but right here where it says 4-4-5 calendar, this is what shows you where we're at in our cycles. The reason it's called a 4-4-5 calendar, it goes 4-week cycle, 4-week cycle, and then it goes 5 weeks. And then it starts all over. And you notice it goes 4-4-5, 4-4-5. So that's exactly 91 days. And if you understand business, 90-day cycles are very important to running your business. So what happens, if you look at the red line will always show you the current week we're on, the current volume month we're in as well. All right. So thank you. So we want to make sure that we know exactly what's going on. So right now, this volume week, every volume week always starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. So that means all the enrollments that you and your team get on Sunday until Saturday, Pacific time, midnight to midnight, basically, Pacific time, then everything signed up between that time, you get paid for that following Thursday. So right now, this volume month just started yesterday. We have until Saturday night to close it out. And I know a lot of you are fired up because you got goals you're close to. Some of you have already hit your goals. Some of you are not as close as you like to be, but I can just tell you a couple of things. The first thing is you want to give it your all. I was talking to the team yesterday. We had a leadership mastermind yesterday, and we were just talking about what happens is it's something powerful about giving it your all. How many of you type a 1 in the chat? Hold on, don't type nothing yet because you might not even know what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Good stuff. Yep. We're already at 600 people. So type a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with the law of attraction. Okay, or the secret. Okay. So the reason I asked you this question is because there's something that so how many of you also agree the more times you watched it, the more you picked up each time you watched it, right? Okay, so when you watch The Secret, there's something that it talks about. It talks about being clear on what you want, But the other piece that people, because there's a lot of people like, okay, I'm clear. I got my vision board. I got it written down. I'm clear. And then they sit there and meditate and hope it comes to them. Like, I'm clear. I know what I want. I'm focused. I'm attracting it. That's what I'm doing, right? No, it don't work like that. The other piece that is said is after you become clear on what you want, then it's up to you to stay in alignment with what you want. What does alignment mean? Alignment means you are taking action in the direction of what it is that you want. Okay? The reason I have to say this is because there's a quote some of you might have heard. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Preparation was getting in alignment. Or another way you might have heard it said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And all that really means is the harder that you're working in the direction of your goals, guess what? The faster you speed up the law of attraction. How many of you have been around for a while, and when you are focused and you're doing the activity, you start attracting things that you couldn't have thought of or attracted yourself based off your energy and how things are like you're focused on these people, but you're working, and all of a sudden you get hit up from this person you talked to 6 months ago, and they're like, hey, I'm ready. You're like, wait, what? I thought you would never enroll, right? That's because you're in alignment. And so my point is, if you're on track, then you already know the stuff you're getting tonight is going to set you up with everything you need to hit your goals this week. If you're not as close as you would like to be, it's still necessary to give it your all until the very end of the month, closing out the volume month. Because what you're doing is you're getting in alignment, and the way you close out this volume month is going to determine the kind of momentum that you start the next volume month with. There's some people who will hit one goal this week or two goals. There's others who might not hit X amount, whatever goal they set for this week, but because of the momentum they create from this week, will hit two goals next volume month. Do you guys understand? So I just want to make sure we understand the value of tonight's training, okay? So you can run with it over the next, 5.5 days, because we've seen amazing things. I think it was maybe Curlin's or one of the other leaders that was talking about how they needed, some massive number, 80,000 in volume for a goal in like 4 or 5 days. And I might be mixing up the story a little bit, but it was about that. And they knocked it out because if you think about what you can do in 5 days, you're absolutely right. You're very limited because you're one person. But when you think about what a team can do, with a strategy and support from your support team, nothing's impossible. That makes sense? So with that said, somebody said you can't, I'm sorry, you got to turn your volume up. Hope you guys can hear me clearly. So with that said, I want to move out the way and get right into this thing. I just really wanted to set the tone as we come into this thing, this training tonight, not this thing, but into this training. This is where we want to be locked in. You want to be listening with the intent of applying. Like, what is it? You're going to get a lot of great information, but you want to have off to the side a little box with action steps and things you can apply immediately for where you are in your business to get this thing done. We got a lineup for you tonight that's going to set it up for the ladies, for the guys, for you guys to go out there and crush it no matter where you are. If you're a brand new agent, you're going to get what you need. If you're a vice president, if you're a 7-figure earner already, you're going to get what you need to go out there and make it happen this week. So I want to go ahead and kick off as we usually do with some success stories, because we have a couple people who've been already making it happen, and we want to recognize them. The first that I want to bring on for our testimonials this week is a brand new regional sales director. Now, regional sales director is the 4th promotion in the compensation plan. 2 more promotions and you're a vice president, right? And that means your business is doing anywhere from $25,000 up to $49,000 a month in sales, and you're in position to earn some phenomenal income. There's some people who had 5-figure weeks by this level, depending if you have enough production. So this is a very important leadership level to take serious because of the kind of opportunity you have to earn at that level. And so with that said, I want to move out the way for our first testimonial. Help me welcome on new regional sales director, Toni Ballinger. Are you on with us? Make sure we have everybody on the speakers panel as well. Okay, hello. There you are. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Definitely want to give it back to you for your amazing leadership, for always hosting and setting the momentum for these trainings. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on this training tonight. Such an honor. So of course, guys, I'm Toni Ballinger, just hit Regional Sales Director. When I tell you guys, I'm super excited for, to be in a position to actually lead by example. And I'm thankful to be on this call because you just hit it on the point, Billy. You talked about giving it your all. Of course, faith without work is dead. So I've been with the company for about 3 years. Actually, April 8th made it 3 years in the company. 2017, I got started. Definitely want to give it back to Lakeisha Marion, Senior Vice President, who introduced me to the company. Guys, my first year in the business was a roller coaster, right? I was not consistent. I was not plugged in. I was not earning any money. But once, and you hear this throughout the trainings, continue to be coachable, continue to be consistent, continue to be committed. So it has been a roller coaster, but guess what? Being plugged into these trainings and applying everything that I learned from these amazing leaders and the mentorship, I definitely identified, my rock stars, my runners in the organization. And that's what you want to do. And since then, my organization has definitely just taken it to another level. We have created so many more success stories within the team, right? We just got straight laser focus, guys. We're implementing personal development within the team and also myself. So it's not just your work, it's your teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So right now, the team and I, we're actually implementing, we're reading, we have a book club going on. So the magic of thinking big, we're actually implementing them on our daily, personal development and also applying it, right? Because we know it's 90% mindset and it's 10% skill set, right? So we're focused on just, getting our agents started right. That's one thing I didn't do in the beginning of the organization. I'm just being totally transparent. Getting them started right. Getting everyone promoted and in a position to earn money as soon as they actually come within the organization. And of course, you hear this all the time. Once you position someone to actually get paid and you help them win, you will win by default. So it's been fun, and you have to love what you do. I love it. I love the no's, of course I love the yes, but I've been coaching and mentoring my team to actually go through the no's, run your numbers, and recognize them for their wins, whether they're big wins, whether they're small, right? We have been able to promote last month, this was the first month everyone in the organization was promoted, right? We have been popping off some promotions throughout this month as well. And it just feels so good to actually implement that and duplicate that with your entire team to be promoted to the next level. Implementing them, keeping that momentum going, because without the momentum, you won't succeed. Love it, love what you do, and just helping the new agents get to field trainer as soon as possible has been amazing. And just hearing the joy and seeing, them actually be plugged into these trainings and take it to heed to actually implement it so that they can actually win big. So guys, I just want to leave you with this, stay coachable, stay committed, stay consistent. And if you stick and stay, you'll definitely earn your pay. So I want to leave it with that and give it back to you, Billy. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Man, congratulations. You covered so much. Again, congratulations to you and your whole organization. I mean, you covered everything from a mindset and making sure you guys are driving personal development, because we got to come in, understand most people come into this environment with no success, no business, acumen, never went to business school, don't have entrepreneurs that are successful in their family. So they're literally coming here with a fresh start into this industry. And that's the biggest challenge. It's the biggest test for people. When you have a way of making money that is completely different from what 14,000 hours of grade school taught you how to make money, which is linear income, go work for somebody else or go trade time for money. So when we come into this environment, as soon as we get some rejection or resistance, we're like, whoa. When I started working at Home Depot, I didn't get rejection. Like, they just asked me about the products in the garden department. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just answered the questions. I didn't get a rejection. No's. Wait, now I don't know exactly how much I'm getting paid in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like, it's completely different And so guess what? There's a shift in mindset that has to happen in order for a person to be prepared to make it through the other side of this journey or the goals that they have here. And you talked about driving personal development through your organization. And so you talked about daily activity. You talked about promotions. You talked about in the beginning, pay attention to this, everyone. In the beginning, she said she was not as good or not good at all at helping new people get results. But sharpening that skill alone shifted things. And I agree, because that's the more field trainers there are, the more promotions trickle up the line. If we just help new people get started right. And tonight, we actually have a segment on that for our new team members as well. And then she talked about a ton of promotions through the team. And man, again, you guys got a lot of wisdom there. This has been recorded, by the way, for everybody. So thank you. Congratulations to you. Continue doing what you're doing. You're well on your way to executive sales director and vice president from doing exactly what you're doing. And just building a culture around that and celebrating everybody's success. So now, guess what? If you go to regional sales director, the level after that is executive sales director. And at executive sales director, this is, again, the next promotion. So you're talking $50,000 in sales up to $99,000 a month in sales from your organization. See, a lot of times, if you've maybe been in business, or maybe you've learned about big companies and so forth, Fortune 500 companies, billion-dollar companies, and then you hear numbers like 50,000 or 100,000 a month in sales. Listen, to be able to do that in a business that you're doing from home, and you invested $288, and you can convert that with some activity, some work, or what we call sweat equity, into a business that's doing 50,000 a month in sales. That's 600,000 a year, by the way, in sales. Okay, is phenomenal. And so tonight we have not only another executive sales director, but a brand new executive sales director right now. And so if you guys can help me welcome on brand new executive sales director, Ms. Sasha Carbonell. Carbonell, are you on with us? I remember we featured you before in your last promotion. So welcome back. And we want to hear your story.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
There you go. Welcome, welcome. We sure can. Excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Billy. I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up, you know. I want to go ahead and just let you guys know I have butterflies right now. Once again, thank you so much for letting me be on the call, letting me speak. This was totally a team effort. I couldn't have done it really without my leaders. I want to thank Josny, Laritza, Derek, Mike Burgos. These individuals really worked closely with me. And I'm going to tell you, I want to thank my team. My team are just filled with superstars, right? I mean, Bianca Diaz, we got a regional sales director out in Las Vegas right now. We got sales directors. I want to celebrate everybody's promotions, right? Because this is honestly, you can't make it to this position by yourself. It doesn't happen, right? And I just want to say I'm coming from the hospitality and tourism industry. I'm coming from working $10 an hour. I've never gotten paid any more than $10 an hour at any job, guys. And I used to be very, very limited. And over here, just everything that we've been able to create is just surreal. But I will tell you something. Oh, the last week of the volume month, I was going through a whole emotional roller coaster, and it's gonna be like that, right? I was having some days where I'm like, I got this. And then another day I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can make it. And you're gonna go through that. It's normal. And especially, when you start to see other individuals getting promoted, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, right? And I just wanna, bring some light to all of you that don't have, I guess, experience, I'm getting emotional right now. Experience in network marketing. You guys got this. And believe in yourselves. I've been going through a rough time, especially with the whole coronavirus. My personal family has been affected. I got my grandparents in the hospital, just a lot of stuff. We don't know if one of our family members is going to make it. So whoever's out there that's going through things, just, try to stay as focused as you can. And I'm so sorry for being like this, but it's the truth, guys. Not everything is cookie cut. Not everything is perfect. But, as long as you follow the system, you follow the leaders, you're going to make it happen. So I just want to thank you guys for letting me speak. I want to be super real, right? Because that's life. But honestly, like if it wasn't for my team, for my leaders, just you know, staying tunnel vision focused. So we were doing webinar after webinar after webinar. Every morning we were inviting people. Overnight, I saw Valesky post up a customer post at 1, 2 in the morning, and I told myself, Sasha, why are you gonna go to sleep at 2, 2:30 in the morning if Valesky's posting up a post right now? Like, I should be copying that post and posting it up, and I should be talking to customers right now. So that's exactly what I did. I said, if Valesky's up, I sure as hell will be up until I close out this promotion. And that's exactly what we did. So that's all I really want to go ahead and say. Don't compare your chapter 3 to somebody's chapter 12, guys. There's a lot of people that, yes, you may hear somebody went RVP or VP or SRVP, right? Like in 30 days, guys, don't put yourself, you know, in a position where, you know, give yourself some props, you know, and that's what I want to go ahead and say. Give yourself some props, just follow the system and you'll make it happen. Thank you. And I want to celebrate everybody's promotions. Congrats, everybody.
Man, woo! Congratulations to you and the team. You got a lot of love and energy in the group for you and your family. Absolutely sorry to hear about that. And there's a lot of people who are here who are been directly impacted by what's going on. It is very real. And, you know, for people to still have an opportunity to make it happen. You know, a lot of times, you know, depending on what you do for a living, it would require for people to take off of work. And a lot of people lost their jobs in spite of their choice right now. And so for you to be thriving in spite of what's going on with your family and your personal life is just huge to have an opportunity that can allow you to do that. And I did not know, I don't know if you shared it last time, maybe you did, but I might've missed it. I didn't know that you never did anything where you never made more than $10 an hour before. So guys, listen, I mean, to understand, guys, $10 an hour, because a lot of times people are, you know, a lot of times people are, even when they tune into these trainings, they're looking from a position of self-sabotage. They're looking for the first reason to count themselves out. They're looking for all the success stories to be people who were already successful before. Oh, yep, all the top income earners. I heard the craziest thing today. I heard the craziest thing today. I have to say this because I have to say this. So somebody said that I'm gonna hold it so we can laugh together because I'm gonna bring him on in a minute. But anyways, people are looking for ways to count themselves out. They're looking for the thing where it's like, okay, oh, all the top income earners were black, right? They're like, oh, can't be successful here, right? I'm mixed. They all light skinned, right? They just looking for something. All the top income earners made 6 figures before. No, $10 an hour. And she's at executive sales director, and there's a ton of people who got their 6-figure ring at executive sales director with enough production. But $10 an hour to a 6-figure bit, guys, stop trying to look for the excuses. You know, people, and it's not your fault if that's the perspective that you view things from. It's conditioning. It's looking for reasons to say, well, people where I come from, they don't achieve that kind of success. No, nobody in my family has done it before. You know, you remember, all right, I don't want to get too funny, but anyways, how many of y'all remember Boys in the Hood, right? Am I being too, okay. Remember Boys in the Hood? He was like, man, you gotta be Mexican to win the lotto or something. Didn't he say something like that, right? People bring that mentality here. Shout out to my Latin family. I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood, so it's all good. But my point is, like, people are literally looking for reasons to count themselves out. I knew I couldn't make it here because fill in the blank. You know, the great thing about excuses is they're all equal. Just pick one. If you're looking to fail, just pick one. And so we got countless examples and stories of people who came from worse positions than you. That's what you need to be looking for. Wow, hold on. They did it? They came from worse than I did and they did it? Okay, I know. Look for reasons to win. See, when we go out in the field and we're sharing our services and opportunity, guess what we're doing? We are, quote unquote, selling the dream, right? But the definition of a sale is a transfer of belief. So you cannot transfer belief in something that you don't have for yourself yet. Look for reasons to believe. Look for reasons to sell. Look, the most important sale that you will ever make in FES is to sell yourself first. Then you can go out there and win. So with that said, listen, I want to move out the way so we can get into the meat and potatoes of tonight. I get the honor of bringing this gentleman on, and I'll share what I was going to share in a minute. I didn't forget. But This gentleman is fired. I mean, this guy, man, to be able to be doing what he's doing, one, at his age, we talk about that all the time, but two, at his level, I'm telling you, most people in our profession never even reach this level, right? In the whole world of network marketing. And then for him at his level to be leading like he's leading, to be the example that he's being, you know, it's so funny because I'm not used to having relationships and friendships with people for years, and then something bad didn't happen. I don't know if y'all can relate. Like they did something questionable, like with their character or their personal life. And you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like, okay, you good at making money, but you know, in your personal, like, you know what I'm saying? There's never been one instance of him, and I'm not saying he's perfect. But what I'm saying is that he's been a phenomenal leader personally and professionally. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm as loyal as I am. That's why I contribute as much as I do, because I'm playing my part, because we have leaders that do as much as they do. So if I can help lighten the load a little bit, you know, and play, you know, a part or play a role that can contribute to the whole vision that they are setting the pace on, that's what we absolutely are committed to. And we just maxed out at 1,000 participants. So it is time for me to bring on this gentleman. Again, 27 years old, senior regional vice president. There's only 3 people in the company that have reached this level or higher. Multiple 7-figure income earner, on and on. Level 6 R&R, you know, that house bonus? Like, we have people that have achieved that, and you're about to hear from one as well. And he's about to come on to really set us up for a winning week, to close out a winning month, and set us up going into the rest of this year to make 2020 your biggest year ever for those that commit to run with us to the finish line. With that said, help me welcome on, again, Senior Regional Vice President, Mr. Alfred Nixon. Are you on, sir?
Absolutely, Mr. Scott. Could you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, we can hear you and see you. Welcome.
Awesome. Man, I definitely want to give it back to you, sir, as always. Appreciate your leadership, man. Always leading these calls, man, and just being consistent and adding value to everyone, man. So definitely want to give it back to you. Shots out to Miss Toni out there in the South Florida marketplace. Seeing this young lady transition and seeing her grow from, you know, where I seen her when I first got started to where she's at now, and stepping up in a leadership role and really leading a massive group out there in the South Florida market. Shots out to you. Congratulations on Regional Sales Director. That's a big money spot to be at. And Sasha, as always, man, I've seen this young lady leading when she, I think, was a senior field trainer doing presentations, man. And to see her growth, knocking out ESD, going to the next level, knocking on the door of becoming a vice president, man, just super excited for everybody's growth, right? So tonight, man, I spoke with some of the leaders. We're going to have a little fun tonight. I'm going to bring on some people a little bit later in the call. But tonight I want to talk about, you know, getting started right. We got a lot of people that's joining the organization, man. I'm telling you, man, the organization is blowing up. Thousands and thousands of people has joined already this month, you know, in the company, in our organization. And that's great, but we got to get people started right. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Making sure you're getting your agent started right. We don't want to just have people come in and fall out the bottom. We want people to get started right. You don't want people to fall through the cracks that can potentially become your next vice presidents in your organization. So one of the things I want to do is, Mr. Gary, if you're on, if you can share your screen with the document, that'd be very, very helpful, sir. If you can do that for me, that'd be great. Right. But before I even get into that, okay, perfect. So before I even get into that, guys, what happens for me, you can stop sharing your screen right now, Rob. I'll come back to that later. What I do when I bring a brand new person into business, the first thing we're going to do, we want to set this person up on a service. I want them to be a product of the product, right? So if you haven't done this already, make sure that you download our app. Go to, you know, the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, download the app, UCESPP, get that app and log into your customer portal. I'm going to go into the demo account. So for me, the first thing I have them do is I go into their protection plan and I have them enroll into 3 other services right off the bat. For me, it's credit restoration, making sure they're getting identity theft protection, and making sure they're getting that credit monitoring system. I walk them through this. Go out there. If you haven't done so, go do this, man. You're like, you in a platform. Go make sure you become a product of the product so you can bring people through this same process. I have them go back here, pull their credit report, and all of that good stuff. And the rest of the services they can go through on their own time. So I have them go to credit restoration. I have them go out here to the identity monitoring to protect their identity, get them set up with that, activate their account there. And then the same thing with the credit monitoring. Now with credit monitoring, it's going to charge you a refundable $1, right? They're not going to charge you, put your card on file, it's going to be a refundable $1. So I walk people through this to get them started the right way with the services. I want them to be embedded with that. And I ask them to study this and pick 3 things that they like about the services so they can communicate that with their prospects with the platform, right? So make sure you go out there and do that. Second thing, if you haven't downloaded the app on the agent side, go do that. Go to FES Agent app. If you're a new agent on the call, and if you haven't done it, if you're an existing agent on the call, go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, go download this app like right now today. Get this in your back office. They got some, phenomenal videos back there. You can go to the FES launch. That's going to walk you through your back office, all of that good stuff. Make sure you go out there and log in with that platform, right? So I walk them through that positioning and let them know how to go out there and get that set up with the agent links and all of that good stuff, right? So let's log into the back office, and then I'm gonna go into getting started, right? So when you're talking about a brand new person, or this is the last week of our value month this week, right? What should you be looking for? What should you be identifying? We have a report back here, right? If you're on the call, you should be looking at this. You should have looked at it yesterday on a Sunday to really plan for your week. But we have a report back here called Downline Title Requirement Report, right? This is something that you should have printed out or gotten an organization of. And what you want to do is go look for everybody on your team that's at their current title an agent right now that joined your organization, and their next title is going to field trainer. A whole list of people, depending on how large your organization is going to show you how many people are close to hitting field trainer, right? You want to get that list out. You want to help these people get to that goal. We just put in the back office the Power of 5, where we're promoting people that's going out there getting their services for free. That should be your goal. And you can go from each title to title to see who's going to the next goal, to have a list of people, and you can see exactly what they need to go to their next title. So making sure you get people downloading the customer app, the agent app, make sure they activate their services, right? And then your goal this week, this is the last week of the value month, should be in the trenches with your team, helping these people get promoted that you see that's close to hitting their titles, right? So let's go back, Mr. Garrett, if you can share the screen for me, man, that'd be great. Now, I want you guys to take notes and pay attention to the questions that I ask when I'm launching a brand new person that's joining my organization, right? So the first thing I tell them, listen, man, there's 2 rules when I'm working with an individual that comes into our organization. Rule number 1, you got to be hungry. Like, you got to want this for yourself. You got to have a work ethic. That's the first rule, right? Rule number 2, you got to be coachable. You want to follow people that's documented and proven in the industry, and successful leaders in our company that's already documented success that can show you the way, right? Now, another question I ask them, I say, so let me ask you a question. Do you want to grow fast or do you want to grow slow? I'm asking these certain questions for psychological standpoints, because I know they're going to say they want to grow fast, right? I'm getting them to say this stuff, right? Now, the next thing I asked them, I say, if you was given $1 million right now today, and you had to share it with 20 people, I want you to write that list of people down that you will share it with. Why do I have them do that? Why do I ask that question? That list is going to consist of that warm market for that person. They're going to put together a list for that. Now, for me, I make them write 2 lists, right? I make them write the warm market list that I'm talking about right now, and then I have them write a social media list. Everybody that's on their social media, everybody that they do that got influence and all of that good stuff. That's how I go into the launch with a person, making sure I went over those services, making sure they downloaded the app, making sure they know exactly what they need, and I ask them questions for a reason, right? Now, Mr. Garrett, if you can share your screen so we can log into that the getting started agent form, please, sir.
Okay, I thought I was sharing it on this end. Can you hear me?
I had stopped sharing it for a second.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Give me 1 second. Think.
Now, this form will be in the back. Well, this form's already in the back office. They actually editing the form. That's going to be a new facelift for the platform, right? Now, this is extremely important, man. You have to walk people through this form. We're not in the business of just putting people in. We're in the business of retention, We're in the business of building leverage, of building a massive organization and big legs of leadership. And that comes with getting people started right. So when I ask those questions, that already got this person mindset for Frank to go to the next level. He told me he want to grow fast, right? I got him out of his comfort zone on making a list. If I gave you $1 million, who are those people you want to give it to? Like, I'm already setting this person up to be open to complete this form, right? Next thing we're going to talk about, look on the screen where it says determining your reason why. And you should have your agent giving you a copy of this or taking a screenshot. Why am I doing that? This is going to be a form that I can hold this person accountable. You're going to get those calls. Man, I thought this was going to be easy, man. I'm thinking about quitting. That person reason why is for me to go back and say, well, damn, bro, you told me you wanted to retire your mom. You only been here for 2 weeks. Like, you giving up on your mom. Like, this is important, right? So make sure you go through that person reason why. Also put the enrollment date, the agent ID number, get them their websites and all of that stuff. Next thing, look on the screen where it says get plugged in, right? We talked about that, making sure they downloading the apps. Like, it shouldn't take you that long to go through this stuff, but it's important that we get people started right. Make sure they downloading the apps, getting access to that stuff. Step 2, make sure they go to the agent portal app, right? And click the FES launch. They can watch those videos that's going to show them how to set up their direct deposit enroll, how to navigate through their back office. Make sure they do that on step 2, right? Step 3, make sure they do the same thing on a customer portal to activate all of their services that I just showed you. And one of the things that is important that a lot of people are dropping the ball on is shop for less. Like, you can earn cash back with that. That can help a person pay for their protection plan membership, right? Yes, this is actually office already, Brian, right? So walk people through that point, right? Now have I helped that person create that list? Again, I'm making that person make 2 lists. Again, if I gave you $1 million, ask these questions, right? And you had to share it with 20 people. Who are those 20 people, John? John's going to give me that list of people. That's his warm market. Those are the first people we want to contact. We already got a script in place to be able to go out there, right? So here's the script. You can take a screenshot of this or, role play, get your confidence up. Right? When you're talking to people, it's in your backbone and all of that good stuff, right? Hey, John, I have a quick question. If you can have your credit score increase at potentially no cost and make some extra money, would you take a look? Right? These are simple things that we're going to be asking people. Our goal is to get that person to take a look. We're going to go in depth into inviting in the next segment as I bring in some leaders, right? So we want to make sure we help that person set up a list. We want to actually go through everything when you're talking about the script. I want to role play with that person, get that person comfortable, get that person confidence up. I'm going to high five when I'm in person. I'm going to tell them he did a great job. I'm going to get that person excited to go out there and make phone calls, right? Now we want to talk about earning goals, right? I'm asking that person when I'm getting started, like, how much money do you want to make? And what time frame do you want to make that money, right? I'm having them write this stuff down. Look on the bottom where it says earning goals. I don't know if you can scroll that up a little bit, Rapu, so people can see that.
It can't.
You can't?
No, it can't. It's froze. It only shows the full page.
Okay, perfect. They can see it because I can see it pretty good myself. So I'm having this person have an earning goal. I'm not just having a person join my team. I'm throwing them in the water and they just going as they grow, right? When Mr. Gary got started, he had an earning goal. His first month, he wanted to set a great story, right? We had some things that he's a professional network marketer. He actually made a list of over 500 people, but I'm just giving you guys an example. Making sure this stuff is documented and tangible and people can see this and you can hold these people accountable. Now, when they write this earning goal and they tell me the date, now the next step is how much time you're going to put into building the business, bro. Like, you can't tell me you want to make 10 grand your first month, but you're only willing to invest 2 hours a day. It's going to be very difficult to do that. I need to see how much time I'm going to be able to work with this person or their level of commitment based on their schedule, right? Then we actually tell them, hey, man, you can go here. Make sure you take a picture or make sure you write down agent and customer support if you ever need access to that. Now, if you can go to the next screen, right? This is important when you're creating that list, right? When I tell them, to get your first 20 people, if I gave you $1 million, you had to help 20 people. We're going to document this list. And again, it's important that they write this list down and they send you the list or take a picture so they actually made the list. But what I want to do is I want to spend time with this person because my time is valuable. When I'm doing that launch call for that person, which I'm going to talk about later, my time is valuable. Their time is valuable. So I'm not going to just send this person home or send them on a virtual webinar. Hey man, make your list. It's the time we're doing a webinar. No, I'm going to sit there with that person. I'm going to make sure that we get some confirmations. I'm going to make sure that we get about 5, 6, 7 people confirmed for that grand opening webinar that this gentleman is going to do. I'm going to get them in a rhythm. Once I see that this person got a rhythm and figured out the inviting script, he can go home and continue to make invites. But use this form, right? So you can document everything that this person is doing, even on that list. Who you called, who you left a voicemail, right? Who you sent links to, who got on the webinar. Did you meet with this person, you know, in person, or did you do a 3-way call with your upline? Like, we need to document this stuff. This is a big profession, and people is getting flat out rich, but you got to run it like a corporation, right? You got to have this stuff documented when you create that list and role play with this person, right? Get that person hyped, right? Help that person make a few phone calls to get them in a rhythm, right? And that's how you're going to get results. Mr. Gary, if you can go to the next part of the launch form, right? Now, when you exposing the business, when we promoting, what we like to do is we like to give people their very first post that they can actually go out there and do. And I'm going to give you some examples. I think we're working on some of those when you're doing a trial run, right? And this is something that you can do when you're promoting the business. It's called a would you mind approach. Like, you can reach out to people that's on your social media, and here's the script. Hey, John, would you mind doing me a quick favor? My business partners and I are looking to help as many people as possible receive information on improving their finances. Would you mind helping me promote what we do by making a post on your page? This is like a free shout out, right? And if people have a customer organization, in the midst of me negotiating with this person, I'm letting them know I can give you a discount if you promote me on your page. Right? Post me on your page. I might be able to do something for you. So now you got people that's out there promoting your business for you for free. Customers, you got people that may not even join your business on Facebook. They're promoting for you. Now you're getting all of these leads. This is what you call launching somebody's business. Now this brand new person that you got, this person excited. They got leads coming in. They got a rhythm with doing the script. They got their links. They got their apps. They in the game, right? Now, the fortune is in the follow-up. When you're doing a trial run, one of the things that Erica do, Bruce does it as well. If you got somebody going through a trial run who's ever interested, if that person's not in the game, we have them do a 3-way inbox message. That upline leader is the one that's going to take over and close the prospect for them, right? If you do this, I'm telling you guys, you'll get results. So we're going to show you some posts that you can put on your page for your brand new agent that they can start getting leads with when they're going out there building in the organization. Next thing you want to do, if you can go back a little bit, the new agent checklist, right? We already talked about downloading the agent and customer app. We talked about activating their services. Again, guys, if you haven't got Shop from Less, I'm telling you, man, you're missing out on a big platform that can help with your retention. If you got people on your team using that Shop for Less and they making money on their cashback that they're going to spend anyways, that can help them with their membership, right? Set up direct deposit, upload a profile picture. Now, this is important for me. This should be important to you. Like, if you in the business and you talking about you want to make whatever it is you want to make or whatever your goal is, however many people you want to help, you got to have a professional photo up there, man. I'm tired of seeing ghost people in the back office. Like, you in the business for yourself. Go put a professional photo up. If you don't have one, go take one. We got to get that done. Right now, again, depending on how big your dreams is. Now, when I say make a list of 20 people, that's just, I'm talking about their warm market. If you see on this, all right, you want to create a list of 100 to 500 names. Mr. Gary created a list of 500 people. When I got started, I made a list of 183 names, right? I ask people all the time, when you go into a war, do you want to go with the war with 20 bullets or you want to go with unlimited ammo? If you go with 20 bullets, you ain't going to make it, bruh. But if you got unlimited ammo, you keep recharging, you keep rebounding, and you shooting. That's the same thing with prospects. If you only got 20 and you run out, you're going to die. You're dead in the water. Make a massive list. Create the list according to whatever goal you got. Put everybody on the list. Don't prejudge nobody. The people you think going to join, they may not even join. The people you think may not join, they may be your top leaders. Our job is not to convince and sell nobody. Our job, we in the business of exposures. How many people could we show the business to? Because I know it's a numbers game. That's all I'm focusing on. If I hit a certain amount of numbers, I know what the result is going to be. Focus on the result. Don't worry about the end goal. Get in front of the people. You heard Mr. Eric Worre say, Alfred, or whoever's out there, or if you in network marketing, you should be talking to about 100 people. 100 conversations should be going on at once. Ask Mr. Hanzo Dennis how many conversations he got going on at once. Ask Miss Alyssa Barnes how many conversations she got going on at once. In her inbox, on Facebook, on Instagram, in her text messages. They talking to a ton of people on a daily basis. That's why they're getting the results that they're getting, right? Make sure you stay connected to your upline. Make sure you stay connected to the system, right? Get yourself out of the way. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this before we bring on a few of the leaders. I want you guys to really understand, you know, how you can get off to a fast start. If you're brand new or if you're in a slump, all you gotta do, it's the secret in network marketing. If you want to make big money, get a bunch of people in front of the expert. That's all you got to do. You don't got to be the person that know everything, got to have the best script, out here traveling all around, doing all. Get a bunch of people in front of the expert. All I did when I got started, I leveraged Mr. Ashton Henry's story. He already had success. He was the expert. I was a brand new, I leveraged my relationships I had with my contacts, but guess who I got him in front of? Mr. Ashton Henry. He was successful. He was the expert. I edified him. They respected him in the business world. He closed them. They signed up under me. We got rich. Same thing can happen for you. A lot of you guys are doing way too much. You trying to close the person. You got to understand it's presenting and inviting is two different things. If I'm inviting somebody, I'm not on the phone doing a presentation, bro. Like you're going to lose that. That person's going to predetermine what they may think it is. I'm in the business of inviting, getting people to see the information. I don't even care if they join or not. I'm in the numbers game of exposing, and then they can make an educated decision for themselves to see if they want to become a customer, an agent, or a referral source. That's it. It's a numbers game, people, with our platform. Mr. Gary, if you can go to the next slide, that'll be great. Right? Now, closing with the roadmap to sales director. This is a big week. As I talked about when we started out on the call, make sure you go in that back office, man. Corporate and Mr. Rohill has put together a phenomenal system where you can see who's close to hitting field trainer, who's close to hitting senior field trainer, who's close to hitting sales director. Like you can go see that information and hit these people up. Hey, bro, I'm just letting you know, bro, like you like 3,400 volume away in a couple of agents in your group structure-wise for hitting sales director. Let's get that done by Saturday. Like you got to utilize that stuff that's in the back office, right? Now it's 3 steps to hitting sales director, right? And we say roadmap to sales director, we saying 60 to 90 days, right? We got people that's done sales director within their first week. We got people that's done sales director within their first month. We got people that's done it in 60 to 90 days, right? It don't matter. Go out there and give people tasks to do. Step 1, go field trainer. If you're on the call right now, if you're a brand new person, welcome to the team. This should be your first goal by this Saturday. Go get your first 2 customers, your first 2 agents, and then a +1. The +1 could be a customer in or agent. What is that going to do for you? Not only is you going to hit field trainer, right? You're going to get your services for free and you're going to get paid, right? That's the first step in our platform. Also, do me a favor. When you log into your back office, go to commission report, go down to where you see the compensation structure and print out the document that shows you how you go from each title to the next title. And start asking your people in your organization, hey, John, what do you need to go to your next title? Because you want to engage that person. I don't want to just keep telling them what they need. I need them to tell me. So they looking at that. I need this person engaged, right? Make sure you have your people print that form out and have them, study that form and be on top of that form when they're building. Step 2, to go to senior field trainer. You can see the requirements highlighted here in green. You can go over that on your own time. 5,000 in volume, 2 active field trainers. One of them got to be lineage, 500 in volume in each leg. And actually, reality, you only need 2 field trainers. The reason we tell a person in this game plan to go out there and build 3 field trainers, we setting you up already for sales director. See, when you accomplish step number, you already got the structure to go SD. Now all you need at that point is the volume, right? So step 2, help 3 people on your team go out there and do the same thing you did. Help them get their first 2 agents, their first 3 customers. I mean, their first 2 agents, and first 2 customers, first 3 agents, however they want to do it, to get their 5 to get promoted in our platform. Once they accomplish step 2, now they're structured for SD. At this point, all we got to do is go out there and get volume, field trainer factory. right? Going out there, helping an organization grow, pouring into your team, helping these people understand what to go out there and do with the platform. Step 3, it should be able to get this done in 60 to 90 days. Now, again, you got some people that's beasts. They're going to get it done in a week, a month. Again, you're going to have some people that's going to get it in 60 or 90 days. Who cares? I'll give you an example. One of our top leaders in the entire company, Mr. Xavier Marrero. This guy's an executive vice president, top earner in the company. Guess how long it took him to hit sales director? It took him 6 months. He got it done in 6 months. So don't sleep on people if it takes them a little longer to get it than some people that come in and get it in a week, in a month. That's great. Kudos to them. But go over this form. We're all about duplication. We're all about being in uniform. And we want to have any and everybody that can join our team and see that goal. We don't want a person to feel like, man, if I miss sales director my first month, I guess I'm out of the game because John Doe over here did it in 2 days. If John Doe did it in 2 days, kudos to him. That don't mean that you're out of the game. So set this outline. Step 3, getting sales director done. What is that? Creating 3 more field trainers. If you do the math, 6 field trainers times 1,600 in volume, you will see what that volume comes down to. You're giving a person a roadmap on how to go out there and do that. And we're writing off benchmarks. We're checking it out. We're giving them high fives, man. Great job, man. We got step 1 done. Great job, man. We got step 2 done. Great job, man. We got step 3 done. And then you doing that to the same people in your group, right? Sometimes look into your top customer reports, your top agent people that's bringing in agents. Give that person a call that you may not even know, but they're in your group. Hey, man, I see that you're killing. I see you got your first new customer in the group. Hey, man, I see you got 5 customers this week, man. You're killing it. We might want to bring you on a VP University next week. Like, start touching your people that's doing well. They don't have to be bringing in 50 or 100 customers. Touch some people that got their first one. Touch some people that hit their 5. Touch some people that got 10 customers this month. Like, start touching your people as they go. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a world of difference in your organization. So this is the roadmap. Again, step 1, go out there, get your first 2 customers, first 2 agents. That +1 could be a customer in or agent. Step 3, we want to help 3 people do the same thing you did. Help them get day 5, help them hit field trainer. And then step 3, we're going to help 3 more people go out there and do the same thing with the platform. Again, if you haven't downloaded the customer app, go get that done ASAP. UCES protection, UCES PP, go download that app. If you haven't got the agent app, FES agent, go make sure you get that as well. So, man, hopefully you guys got value. And I'm telling you, if you imagine if you brought 20 people through this document the right way. We could agree that these people will get started right? They'll have a little bit more confidence, right? If you start people out the right way, you wouldn't have to recruit so many people. You would never run out of people to talk to because these people keep bringing and putting in new people. If you go out there, if you hit the first goal, guess what? You got at least 2 to 3 new agents to work with. And guess what? We're going to do the same thing with them, right? But while you walking this person through this document, I'm not just walking this person through the document for my help. I'm not trying to be a Super Saiyan agent. I'm walking this person through the document, but at the same time, I want you to learn, right? I'm teaching you to teach. So I don't have to always be the one doing the launches, because if that's the case, there's no way we're going to get everybody launched. You're going to be overwhelmed, especially if you're a leader. You're going to have to do conference calls. You're going to have to do your own webinars, your own Zoom. Like, you got to create other leaders that can do the same thing, right? A good leader in this industry is somebody that's replacing themselves, right? Somebody that person that you was with in that season may not need you as much as they used to anymore, right? That's what you want to create in your group. So spend that time with your quality people. As they join in your organization, these people made a vow with you. They gave you $288. They believe in you to get involved. It's our duty to make sure that we get people started the right way. And so with that being said, now we're going to get into the fun. We're just going over getting started right. We got a lot of people that's been in the organization. I hope you guys got value from that. Now we're going to bring in 2 top leaders in the group. A young lady that I want you guys to hear from. I mean, she's been killing it from day one. I mean, this young lady is really doing a phenomenal job right now when it comes to getting guests. Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know who this is, but they perfect. This young lady is killing it. She's out there in the Tennessee marketplace, Memphis, Tennessee to be exact. She's what you call a regional vice president. I mean, just knocking it out of the park, getting guests on the line, killing the game with her team. The Regional Vice President, Miss Erica Sanford. Did you join us on the call tonight, ma'am?
Alfred Nixon, I am here. I sure did. Can you all hear me okay?
We can hear you loud and clear. I see you got it.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, FES? What's up? Who gonna show me how to use my TikTok so I can go recruit some agents on TikTok with some videos? So who wanna show me how to go get this Don't Rush Challenge done so that I can use that to recruit some people? Alfred, thanks so much for having me on the line. Definitely a pleasure to be able to share some wavelengths with you. You know, giving it back to everybody, of course, that came and spoke before me. Miss Sasha, you excited me today. I'm excited for you. Congratulations on all of your success early. I'm just excited to hear somebody else get excited about making more than $10 an hour working a job. And Miss Toni, I miss you. I miss being down there in Florida. I miss the weather. It's 30 degrees here in Memphis right now, but I'm still excited to be on the line with you guys tonight. Toni, congratulations on RSD. Mr. Billy Scott, I'm dying to get the consistency that you have. Once I get that, I think I'm definitely going to get to $1 million in ownership with the company. I just want to give it back to you for always being such an amazing leader, pointing it to people every single Monday with consistency. Since I've been doing this business for over 3.5 years, you have always been here. So thank you so much for that. So Alfred, again, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Then we got the gentleman who, man, I got so much respect for this gentleman, Mr. Energy himself. I mean, we've been through the ups and downs in the industry. I've seen this gentleman go from, you know, staying with other people and, you know, to now building a massive empire, a company that's doing over 12 million in revenue sales a year for the company. I mean, just really killing the game. The Senior Vice President, Mr. Mike Burgos, make it on the line with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, man, I seen you. When I get to South Florida, man, I seen your new ride, man. You got to pick me up from the airport when everything clear out. Man, that thing.
Definitely.
Hey, be careful, man. I told you on the call, man, that car going to track your wife. I'm telling you, man, you better be careful with that car, man. No, I'm just kidding. Man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate your leadership, man, your commitment. I mean, just to see your growth, man, it's inspiring, bro. Like, I seen where you came from. I seen the work ethic, all the trials and tribulations, all the adversity. Just to see you grow as a person, forget the title, forget the income, but just to see your growth as a man, bro, is inspiring, man. I'm proud of you, and we're excited to have you on the call tonight.
Well, thank you, man. I'm very honored, man, to be on this call, on this platform. I mean, watching your footstep and everything that you've been doing, man, it's just been inspiring. And when I saw that flyer says vice president, I said, man, if Alfred is the vice president of the company, you got to get me a job, man, because I'm down right now.
And that's funny. So yeah, man, me and Mike go back. We was in our same company, our former company together. And Mike seen me struggle. I was a person in network marketing that was trying to figure it out, just like anybody else, trying to get down how I can expose, how I can close, how I can build me a team. Every time I get a few people to join, they'll fall off. And, you know, Mike seen me at the bottom, right? Seen me really struggling. So when he seen, as I transitioned into FES, he seen on the internet, you know, you see the flyers, and me and Ashton back then was doing a conference call, and it said I was a vice president, and he seen my picture. So he thought I was the vice president of a company. So that piqued his interest. And he ended up getting with Mr. Bruce Rochester, man, and the rest has been history. So, man, just to start off, man, on the call, and Mr. Scott's on the call as well. I'm going to have him chime in. But, you know, just to really talk about the real, you know, of what this industry takes. I think in today's age, a lot of people want instant gratification. Like, they want microwave success. They want it like right now. I want to come in. I want to make $1 million in 2 days. I want to have a team of 80 million people. Like, they want it so fast without going through the process, right? And for me, I'm going to be honest, when I first started in this industry, I got excited because I seen a gentleman on stage, my very first company. The gentleman was on stage, and he said he was the shopping cart repairman. And so basically he said, if you went to the grocery store and the wheels broke, he was the guy that fixed the shopping cart. but this guy was making millions of dollars a year. So when I seen this guy walk across the stage, it inspired me, right? So I went back and I seen the type of cars this gentleman had, Lambos and all this stuff. So I'm thinking it's going to be easy. I'm thinking this thing a lottery ticket. I get into business, I invest my money. 2 weeks in, I'm like, damn, bro, it's harder than what I thought it was. I thought Raheem was going to join. He don't want to get in. I thought Kim was definitely going to get involved, man. They ain't even answering my phone calls no more. Like, what's going on? So talk about that a little bit, Mike, and I'm going to bring you in, Erica, but talk about what you got to go through to really become successful. You've been in the industry now for some years. Talk about that for everybody that's on the call tonight.
Well, awesome. I can definitely talk about that on, it's very, I mean, it feels like it was like yesterday when I was struggling in this industry. But when I first got started in this industry, I want to be frank with everyone who's on this call. I was literally sleeping on a friend's floor because at that point, I lost my scholarship. Things was very rough. So I was pretty much trying to figure out life. I was working for Armani Exchange at the time. So, but one thing I did was I made a decision prior to getting involved in the industry. And I said to myself, I was willing to fail at anything that comes my way. And I was willing to try anything. I said, if I'm at the bottom, the only way to go is up. I can't go at the bottom. So I'm already at the bottom. I don't have a car. I don't have any money. So what do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose. I can try almost anything. So that was my mindset first. So when I first got started, we're talking about credibility. I had no credibility. I was living what you call the hood, right? Very impoverished area. I was living, for those of you guys who lives in Fort Lauderdale, there's this place called Somerset. And I remember one time my mentor called me and said, hey, there was a shooting. Like, I'm looking, there's a shooting that happened earlier, and I think it's in your neighborhood, right? So that was like my ride. And she's like, man, I'm not going over to pick you up. So I just kind of want to give you guys an idea how deep I came from. So I remember I thought it was going to be easy as well. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was going to be easy. I went into my first meeting and I saw the Bentley. I saw the Breitling watch. I said, you know what? I saw the suit. I said, man, this is how I'm going to dress. I already see it. 3 months, 90 days, I can do this thing. And I remember I made a list. I had a really, really huge list. And my first meeting, I had over 30 people, but nobody joined. Everybody was whack, right? So like they say, you might know a lot of people, but a lot of people may not know you. And usually when you look at a person, they're probably going to introduce you to someone like them. So the only people I could invite to a meeting was people like myself at low level. So I had over 30 people showing up to my first PBR or my first business reception, but everybody was broke. And I did my second meeting. I had about 12 people, but no one signed up. And then I was doing the right thing. And my mentor said, look, I'm sorry to say this, but you got to build your network. Like your network is not good at all. Yeah. Like you invite a lot of people, but they have no money and all of them are struggling. I was like, wow. So that was pretty pathetic. So I just kind of want to give you guys an idea. Your opinion versus reality. When you hear the opportunity, you hear Mr. Alfred Nixon speaking, you're like, wow, well, he's only 27. I mean, he got, 3 years, 4 years, got a Rolls Royce. I could do this. Even if it take me 5 years, I can knock it out. No. You got to understand, this gentleman is trained, right? So a lot of time when we hear the presentation, what we think it is usually what our reality is. But the true reality is you got to understand that it takes time, guys. It takes time to build anything. I don't care. Like when you come here with a 30-day trial, with a 40 days, with a 90 days, thinking that you're gonna build this empire in 90 days, guys, just cut it out. You gotta understand that it takes time. So you never failed at 90 days. You never failed at 6 months with zero agents. You never failed. You just gotta keep going because it took me years. I mean, I spent 3 years with no money, no coin. Okay. I had no money coming in. See, I was so broke that I couldn't even date anybody, so broke. It's ridiculous. So going to events, it's $5 to get into the event. I have like $4.30. And I'm like, oh, can I pay the next 70 cents? Or can I pay the $1 next week? So these are the things that we went through. But what is the lesson I'm trying to portray here on this live? The most important thing is to not chase the money. Because if you chase the money, what happens is you miss the growth. See, you might have a great month because you have a lot of contact. You have influence. But what happens is then you go up. It's kind of like the graph. You go up and then you crash. Why? Because your reality, you think you know the business, but you really don't know the business. You got to understand that this business has different waves. It's like a roller coaster. You go up, you go down. But just understand you have to go through the ups. You have to go through the downs so you can test yourself. You can test your strength. And that's how you're going to learn. So it's nothing is overnight, but you don't chase the money. Learn the business, understand how to speak to people. Times are changing. So you want to make sure you know how to promote, you know how to actually do presentation. You got to understand how to launch a business. You got to learn how to be in one-on-one on the phone with people, right? Different type of people. You might be good at a certain demographics, but are you good with this type of demographics? So there's so many things into the biz, but you got to learn the biz. Don't chase the money, because if you chase the money, then what happens is you already give yourself a deadline. Well, let me see how it goes for 90 days. When I was going through a divorce, I need about $10,000 to divorce. If I don't make this $10,000 to divorce, guess what? I'm out. Then what happens is people come in here, you first of all, they create a blockage in their mind. You know what? Let me find a way to hate my mentor. Let me find a way to exit the group chat. Let me find some family excuse for some reason, maybe coronavirus, to actually exit the group so I can say, you know what? Boom, I retired. So you don't want to do that, because the minute you give yourself that type of timing, you're pretty much out of it again. You already quit way before.
And I have that conversation with people. Somebody trying to join when they say they're going to try it, I say, nah, bro, you can go find somebody else in our company that you may want to join with. I'm not looking for people that's going to try anything. I'm looking for people that's committed. I don't have the time. And that was my backbone even before we even made money. And think about this, what you just brought up, Mike, made sense, right? I want you guys to really think about this, right? And this is if you didn't know, this is a $450 billion industry a year, right? So think about that. If you had to go through, how many years of college a person got to go through to become a doctor, to make that type of income, to be a lawyer, to make that type of income, to be a professional athlete. Like some of my friends, I was on the phone with one of my friends the other day, Devontae Freeman. He played, in the National Football League, and we were just talking about, how far we came, because we grew up in the same neighborhood. But I asked him a question, and I said, Devontae, how many years you went of putting in the work, coming to practice, showing up, working on your craft before you made money, right? Think about Little League. Think about high school. Think about how many times college, the workouts. You didn't start making money, Devontae, until you got to the National Football League, right? You've been playing football since you was 8 years old, right? So you got to think about what it takes to really win big in this industry. You have to become a professional. You have to learn the skill set. You have to embrace the process. Like, you can't skip around anything. You got to go through it head on. So take a look at some of these top earners. Like, this should be inspiring for you, right? You got people here. This gentleman right here makes $2.2 million a month. Not a year, a month. What type of skill set? How many years you think this man had to go through a process to get to that level? You got people that's making $1 million a month in our industry. Right? Think about what you can do to a charity. I just seen a gentleman donate. I think the guy who owns Twitter, he was able to donate $1 billion to the coronavirus, to help people out. Who would love to be in a position like that, right? But think about what he had to go through. Like, these numbers, I go in here and I look at this stuff daily. Why? Because I'm always expanding my mind. I'm never trying to be complacent, but I understand what a person has to go through. And it's not just necessarily just to make the income. It's to be able to make the impact, to change the world, to be able to make a difference. We have something to do that, but you have to go out there and go through a process. You have to go out there and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be committed to whatever I got to commit to really learn. This is a profession. This is not something that I just do it. And again, I always say this, like, it's a great thing in our industry that it's 288 to vault to join our company, but it's also a bad thing, because a person that invests 288 and they're going to be like, oh, if it worked, cool. If it ain't, I just wasted 288. Not knowing that 288 can set them free, right? And you've seen what Mike Burgos went through. It was years and years. He used to see me when we used to go to the weekly overview. I didn't even have the money to get in. I used to feel like, I'm like, man, I don't even got the money to get into the event. My mom used to see me ironing the same black shirt. Boy, what you ironing that shirt for? You doing all these meetings, you ain't making no money. I say, one day we gonna be rich. You don't understand the process. Like, you can't graduate high school as a freshman. Can't graduate college. You have to go through what you need to go through to be successful. And that leads me to bringing in Erica with this. Think about this. And this is what hit me and changed my whole career in the network marketing industry. I remember showing up. And I'm like, man, I'm doing everything they telling me to do. Nobody getting involved. But I remember coming up to my mentor at the time, Mr. Knowles, and I said, sir, like, I'm doing everything. Like, nobody joining. Like, what's happening? He said, Alfred, let me ask you a question. You come to every event, you doing everything. Like, you're a professional meeting goer. You never bring nobody with you. You already in the business, Alfred. Like, it's great that you're here, but you got to bring people with you. And that's when I started developing the skill of inviting. That's when I started looking at the YouTube Eric Worre videos on inviting. You should never, especially right now, people are at home watching Netflix. You should never be on a webinar, an opportunity webinar, with no guests. That means you're not contacting enough people and you don't know how to invite properly. So I want to bring Ms. Stanford in because she's been doing a great job of getting people to show up on a webinar. What are you saying to these folks, Erica? And if you can, please take notes. This is recorded. But what are you saying to these people to get these people to jump on these webinars? You consistently having 10, 15 new people per webinar take a look at the information. Like, what are you telling these folks to make them take a look?
Well, Alfred, again, thanks. And Mike, just want to give it back to you as well. So I'm basically, less is more. You know, the less you say to more people, the more people you can actually get to actually take a look at the information. So a lot of people that I meet, 95% of people that I actually enrolled into the business, I didn't know them before the business. And so a lot of people I'm meeting via Instagram, Facebook. And so I communicate with people in such a way that I really demand without demanding, using posture with words for people to actually show up. And they just seem to some way always show up, and I always get an enrollment. Out of every 10 people that I can actually get to take a solid look at the information, I'm averaging 1 to 2 enrollments per every 10 people, because that's just the numbers. But the whole thing is you want to make sure that you have an unlimited amount of people to talk to. So like Alfred said, you don't want to be desperate for people, because we're not selling anything. We got people that's walking around that need exactly what we have. So it's just a matter of you getting in front of them some type of way. And so that comes from avenues of, you know, doing the trial runs, doing sponsor ads on Instagram, also doing shout outs on Instagram. And so I showed my team on yesterday how I was actually able to get some of these things done. Somebody's actually sharing the screen. I don't know if we can stop that. But so basically I'm meeting a lot of people on social media, and I'm having a lot of people to do trial runs for me so that I can generate an unlimited amount of people to talk to every single day, so that I literally have more leads than time. And so when you do that, I'm basically jumping in people's inboxes and I ask them the script. It's the script that your leader probably already sent to you. And I build rapport with people in their inbox. A lot of people are jumping in people's inboxes. You guys are sending links in their inboxes. You're trying to invite them to a webinar via the inbox, and you're trying to do business on social media, and it's not going to work well that way. You got to be able to have a trackable system of all of these people that you're going to talk to, so that you can be able to develop a follow-up system. The fortune is always going to be in the follow-up. If you can get 50 people to take a look at the information every single week, I guarantee you every single person on this webinar will have at best at least 5 people a week, and that gives you a bonus on Saturday and Sunday if you're actually generating enough leads to have enough people to talk to. And so I'm actually going to show you guys some things on my phone about the whole having 100 conversations going on at one time. I want you all to understand something. I want you to look at your business as a dating site. Now, if you've been on a dating site before, go ahead and drop some ones in the chat and be honest. Say, yeah, I've been on a dating site before. So if you are on a dating site, if you are a guy and you are looking for women on a dating site, or vice versa, if you are a lady and you are looking at men on a dating site, do you just inbox one of them and then just wait on them to respond? No, you go and look at multiple people and you start multiple conversations. You jump in inboxes and you do multiple hey beautifuls and multiple hey handsomes and hey, how you doing, and happy Easters and whatever it is you jumping in people's inboxes and saying. But you want to look at your business in the same aspect. Social media is such a big place. Over 60 billion people that lie on social media. And as Alfred said, a lot of them, everybody mostly, is at home right now. So social media is a place where you can reach out to so many people to develop so many leads, where you can invite so many people that if you do it in an effective way, that you can actually get them on the webinars, you can get them in front of the information. So what I do with my team is we do a segment of trial runs every single day. It's a requirement that everybody has at least 5 to 10 trial runs going on every single day so that they can generate leads. Once those trial runs start, we actually start to respond to the individuals by them adding me to an inbox message with the person who commented info, or if they commented credit, or if they commented agent, whatever they commented, I'm going to jump in the inbox with that person. And so we basically start out by saying, you know, thank you so much for commenting on our post in reference to your credit or in reference to the opportunity. What's your name and what city and state are you located in? The reason why you want to start asking these types of questions is because you want to establish a little bit of rapport, because people don't know you, so that you can get a good shot to actually invite them to look at the information. So after they give you their name and what city and state they're located in, I normally go to what negative items are affecting your credit scores. Once they answer that question, no matter what they say, I always ask the next question. What are your Equifax and TransUnion credit scores? And so I let them tell me their credit scores. And so normally the next question would be, when would you like to get started? And so their question is going to be, how much? So before they actually ask that question, and another thing that you guys want to understand too, when you're recruiting, whether it's a customer or an agent, the person who asks the most questions is the person who runs the conversation. At all times, you have to develop enough posture to be the person to ask the right questions to control that conversation. I'm only asking questions that I already know the answers to, because it's a script. And so we're just high-paid actors and actresses. And so we're just going to follow the script kind of robotic, no matter what they say. So when a person tells me their credit scores, I come with the Rabu Gary. Hey, listen, so if I could show you how to increase your credit scores potentially at no cost and make some extra money, would you be willing to take a look at some information? Not would you be interested in taking a look at the information? Not so. And then too, this is a lot of things that I was finding out with my own team. A lot of you all are changing the script. Like, leave it as it is, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so if you change it around and you telling your leader that it's not working for you, and I say, hey, send me a screenshot of what you said, and it's not exactly what we just said, the reason why a lot of times it doesn't work for you. So you want to stick to that. I have not had a person yet to tell me no when I ask that question, because after I ask them their credit scores, the credit scores are already low. So why wouldn't they be willing to take a look if they could increase their credit scores for free? Even if a person does not have an 850 credit score, even if they have a 750, there is always room for increase. So that's an open question. If I could show you how to increase your credit scores potentially at no cost and make some extra money, would you be willing to take a look at the information? Once they say yes, I say, hey, are you available at whatever the next webinar time is? Are you available at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? When they say yes, I say, okay, perfect. Go ahead and send me your number, and then I'm going to text you the link to be able to join the information live. Now, I do not send links in people's inboxes. They're going to forget. If the webinar is tomorrow and you inviting them today, and then tomorrow, today you say, oh, I invited 30 people yesterday. And then I say, well, how did you invite them? And then you sent the link in their inbox. You have no way of tracking who you invited. And then tomorrow they've already forgotten. So you have no tracking system to remind them. Right. So when I tell a person to send me their number, I've never had a person to not send me their number. So when they send me the number, I text them immediately. Hi, this is Erica Sanford from Facebook, or hi, this is Erica Sanford from Instagram. I'm just confirming that you're still going to be available at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But I'm texting out these confirmations 2 hours, even all the way down to an hour before the time, so that it's fresh on a person's brain. What you also have to realize is that people are human beings and they forget. Think about how many times you've committed. I'm sorry, Alfred.
I want to stop you right there because I think this is a great teaching moment, because a lot of people, they just send the information. Hey, could you join? Like you said, we got a webinar at 6, 9, 3, 6, and 9. You're giving people too many options, right? You got to make this thing valuable. You got to make this thing where people want to get on, and fear of lost people. So talk a little bit about why you get the text message and why you hitting them up, because you just said it. Like, if you just send out the link and you writing somebody at 10 a.m. in the morning on Instagram, and the webinar is at 9 p.m., you think that person gonna remember? Nah, bruh. You got to get that person number and strategically do it. See if they're available, and then I'm sending the link closer to the time that we're having a webinar to confirm that person's attendance on a call. And that's why she's getting all of these people signed up, you know, with the program. So talk a little bit about that, on your structure of how you actually do it when a person, you know, send you they information when they text you, when you text them.
Yes, so when I text them, like I said, I just confirmed that they're still going to join at the time. And then I actually send them the link. I send them the actual webinar ID. And I'm going to pull my screen up and show you guys a few of them. But I send them the information, and then I text another text. I say, please confirm receipt, meaning confirm that you actually got the link. Because sometimes you can send a person a text message and think that they got it, and they didn't get it. Cell phone services kind of, you know, sometimes have glitches. And that's why I say I want you all to understand that people are human. People forget. The same things that happen to you in life happen to other people. We commit, we overcommit, and sometimes people do forget. It doesn't mean that they didn't want to look at it or that they just didn't show up. Something probably happened. So I text them, please confirm. Then I also tell people, listen, when you jump on, text me and let me know that you're on. I give accountability, so that I never blandly just put a link out on social media and just say, hey, press this link and jump on and call me when you're done. I have no way of tracking that. So I'm going to show you guys my actual tracking system real quick. And I'm just going to show you how I actually go from the inbox. And I've been doing a lot of work on Instagram. And I'm also going to show you all how I'm generating the leads on Instagram as well. So when a person inboxes me, first of all, if your inbox does not look like this yet, I want to challenge you to have the black box challenge. And what that means is to make your inbox fill up with so much black that you have so much work. Like what you guys are looking at right now are live leads, people that I'm going to reach out to between right now when we get off of this webinar, or to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, to start inviting them to my webinar that I'm having in the morning. Like a lot of people are not working right now. People are at home. They're not being micromanaged. So you can do webinars in the morning times now, on the times where people will actually get up and get ready to go to work. You can now do webinars at those times to expose the information. So anybody where you see a phone number, I'm lining up my phone numbers to send out my confirmations for the next webinar, which is tomorrow at 12 o'clock is the time I do my webinars. So if you're looking at all of these leads, let's actually go to somebody who I just actually, just actually enrolled. So let me go to you and show you her. Let's see. So this is somebody else. So let me just, since I clicked on this, let me just reply to it live so that you all can see, you know, how I actually do this. So the guy commented on a post. He said, helping with a question mark. I said, yes. Did you read the caption? He said, my score is a 6. How would you help? I'm just going to ask the question. I don't even have to go through the prerequisites, but because I'm looking at his name and it looks like he might be from overseas or something, I'm just going to say, what's your name and what city and state are you located in? What's your name? What city and state are you located? And so I text this phrase out so much that it's already literally programmed in my phone. So I text it out so much that I can just keep clicking on it. So I'm actually going to show you all, like I said, one of the enrollments that came through. So I just enrolled a young lady from a sponsor that I'm going to try to find. Like my inbox gets so crazy, so excuse me. So I'm going to actually try to find her in real time. Let's go to unread. So she actually just signed up from a sponsor ad, and I just want to show you all, like I said, how I actually text a person. She knew I was looking for it. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that, my team coming through for the win. Okay, so let me go and put in her name. So she actually reached out to me, and literally she signed up the same day. And so that's why I said a lot of you all are just missing out on leads. So she actually just got started. We're excited about her. So this was the first message. It said, good morning. I was on Mr. Gray's page. This is someone who I actually paid for a sponsored ad on their page, a shout out. I saw a post stating that you help with fixing credit. I would like some more information if that's possible. I sent her a voice message, and this is the voice message.
Hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for reaching out to me about your credit. What's your name and what city and state are you located in?
Now listen to how much energy that I have when I'm speaking this. Everything does not have to be a copy and paste. The stuff that you're copying and pasting, you can just read it. Remember, we're high-paid actors and actresses, and so you can have a lot of energy when you're reading your script. So she said, hey, thank you for the response back. My name is Zadia. I live in West Palm Beach, Florida. Listen at the response.
You're welcome. I think I'm saying it right. Zaia or Zadia. I think I'm saying it right. It's definitely a pleasure to meet you. So let me ask you this. If I could show you how to actually restore your credit at potentially no cost and make some extra income, would you be willing to take a look at some information? Let me know.
You LOL, you said it right. Sounds good. I would like to get some more information for sure. Hey, Zadia, good morning. Are you available at 12 o'clock noon Eastern? Yes, I am. Send me your number. I'm going to send you a link to join me now. She texts me her number. Let's go directly to the text message. This is my tracking system of how I'm able to track anybody who actually got onto my webinar. The first message, hi, Zaia, 9:13 a.m., 2 hours before my webinar. It's Erica from IG. Hi, Erica. I sent the link information. Looking forward to meeting you. Please confirm receipt of link. Okay, perfect. I received the link. She was enrolled after the webinar. That simple. So it's a matter of you actually having the leads. I have another gentleman that just joined the absolute same way. I met him through a sponsored ad. I met him through a shout out. I actually sent the same exact script is what I literally use every single day to get people just to take a look. And I actually got a little rebuttal going on in my inbox right now, and I want to show you guys this because this is actually the first kind of condescending person that I've had since I've been asking this question. I'm trying to move this thing. It's weird to do this on your phone. But I just want to show you guys this. So you want to always have activity, some type of activity going on your social media. As you can see, I've had so much activity. This young lady in particular, I monitored, like I said, a lot of stuff on my social media. So this young lady in particular, and I like to tell you guys stories. I met her at Verizon Wireless. I was getting ready to leave to go on a trip. She was selling a phone to a young lady in the line. I walked in, I was being myself, high energy. I was joking with them, said absolutely nothing about what we do. I told the lady, I said, I need to buy this charger. Do you mind if I skip you in the line? She said, no problem. I said, well, do you all have Instagram? Because I didn't have time to recruit. I was on my way to get on a flight. So I said, hey, listen, this is the young lady's page who works at Verizon. The young lady who bought the phone from her, I put them both on my Instagram. That same night, the young lady who bought the phone from this young lady DM'd me. When she DM'd me, I invited her to a webinar. She got started. I messaged this young lady, and we've just been kind of keeping in touch. I finally got her number. Remember, I never had her number. I just met her in Verizon. Long story short, I just fear of lost her the other day, and I want you all to see that as well. So going to the text message, remember, everything needs to have a trackable system that can go through your text messages. So this is actually me inviting her. I said, good morning. I said, are you free at 11? Good morning. I should be. What's going on? I really need outside to open back up because I want to sit down and meet you. I said, I'm having a webinar at 11. Are you able to join? She said, I'm definitely going to try. I got some trainings since in transitioning to customer service. Is the link in your bio? No. I told her, I said, just let me know a for sure time you're available, boo, because I only have a few slots left and I'm going to have them for confirmed people. The next message will send me the link. I'll join. I can make it work. You have to express the importance of them getting on now. Even though I knew that we had other webinars for that day, I wanted her to see the one at 11. So I stress the importance. Well, listen, I can't work with a try. It's either yes, you're gonna come, or no, you're not. And if you're not coming, I'm gonna give this spot to someone else. You see, I sent her the link. Text me once you get on. I got it. See you soon. And she texted me her information because she's definitely interested in getting started. She did not get started at that moment, but now this is a follow-up, because let me show you how. If I go to my text messages, I can type in, please confirm, and look at all of the people that I've invited to a webinar. And now I have a trackable system where I can punch any one of these people, and now I can follow up. Hey, did you get on the webinar? Listen, look at this person. Hey, Isaac, I sent him the webinar, please confirm. Okay, cool, got it, perfect, we're on, 8 o'clock. He said now he mixed up the times. So he said, I was on for a few, I was out for a while while you were talking and my phone died, so I missed it. When is your next time? I said, tomorrow at 7, are you available? Okay, perfect, yes, I'm available for sure. Okay, send me the link and text me once you get on. He said, okay, thanks again for reaching out. See, people appreciate you following up with them, because a lot of times people just forget. It's not that they don't want to sign up with you. It's not that they're not interested, but you don't have a trackable system in which you can follow up with these people to see what they thought. Once you actually follow up with the person, you want to make sure that you're logging. And I showed this to my team earlier. Once you hit a certain level, I forgot what it is, but FPS is going to give you a book that looks like this. All of this is leads and people from when I first started this business 2.5 years ago, when I filled up this whole page. All of this is leads, names, numbers, email addresses, and at any moment, I can follow up with these people and always have a book of business. And so you want to make sure that in any event that you tracking everything that you do. You cannot track stuff in your inbox on social media. I was going to show y'all my promotions I was running, but I've ran, I just told Alfred today, last week on Instagram, you can take $100 and you can run an ad for $25. You can run an ad for $10 for 10 days, and you can do $1 a day for 10 days. And it'll just expose you to other people that obviously you wouldn't get the chance that will come to your page. And it brings that algorithm to your page. And now you got all of these people that are commenting on different posts, and now you have the leads. That's the key to being able to close people and even being able to invite them. But making sure when you invite people that you have energy, you letting them know that it's important for you to be able to be on this line. I need you to hear this life-changing information. I was going to show you guys a young lady in my inbox where basically today I asked her that question. She was like, well, you know, I got a lot going on, and, you know, with everything on my plate, I really can't afford anything extra right now, but I just kind of want to, well, what's the purpose of us having a conversation? I just asked you, did you want to get it for free? But you saying that you can't afford it at all. So why are we having a conversation? Like, what was the purpose of that question? That's what I asked her in her inbox, and I'm waiting on the response. But long story short, I stay up all night and I get my invites done. I collect numbers. Like, my number collection will start as soon as we get off of this webinar. All of my leads, anybody who's ever commented on a post, any trial runs. I meant to show y'all my trial run scheme, but my trial runs on Facebook are lit. I have about 30 trial runs going on right now. And I have people that have over 30, 40 comments on posts right now, where I will literally be busy for the rest of the month. Like, some of them I won't get a chance to get back to. And that's when you can become a good steward and help your team. If you are a good lead generator, you can screenshot some of these leads. And once you train your team good enough to be able to close people, you can have your team to reach out to some of these people. And you can help, because you may be a strong person at generating leads, but you might have someone else on your team that can close people, but they just not good at generating leads. So if you generate enough leads, then you have time. You can always invite people. If they don't show up, don't sweat the small stuff, invite them again. If they didn't show up, I promise you, it doesn't mean that they don't want to sign up. Life just happened to them. So invite them to the next one. Don't give them all of the options up front. If it's a webinar at 3, you know it's another one at 6, just use that as a fallback. But always make sure that anybody that put their eyes on the information, they already seen it. You got to make sure you log that, because the hard part is already done. And you don't want to warm people up for someone else. I've had so many people that inbox me before and be like, hey,